Hey kids, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video outhouse. It's time once again for another Meet the Creator. And today I'm joined by
Rene Castellano.
Rene Castellano.
I knew he knew that.
Rene is a publisher here on the South Side. He publishes Instant Press comics. He's also an artist. And what else do you do?
Publisher, artist, editor, letterer. I just started lettering.
Okay.
And I color. Well, I color my stuff. So
Okay.
I guess a color is for Dave and my Wolfman book.
Okay. He's published, I should say, a wide variety of titles from a bunch of different folks here on the South Side. What's some of the stuff that you've published so far?
Some of the stuff that I published is Nino's Unbelievable Laundry Detergent Man. He's from the South Side.
That's Nino Macero?
Yes.
Nino Macero.
Sounds close.
Yeah, okay. Well, and what else?
We've published a 4-issue miniseries called Distance,
Okay.
which was actually put out through Previews, Diamond, so that was distributed across the country.
I had it here down at the store. It was out last year, 2008.
We've also released Starbomb, just actually this month. We released Starbomb issue 1. And
What's Starbomb about?
Starbomb is actually a superhero comic.
Oh, okay.
And it's a real...
Amazing, a superhero comic.
Yeah. But this one is done rather well.
Okay.
The creator of it...
As opposed to those DC and Marvel ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The creator is actually... He loves the 70s comics, 70s, especially DC comics.
Okay.
And as you know... And, you know, your big thing is that comics are not really kid-friendly.
Well, there aren't enough of them that are kid-friendly.
Enough of them, yes. But his is kind of, it's a real big throwback to those days of the 70s,
Okay.
where it's, you know, superheroes, supervillains. You know, there's action, there's, you know, a lot of, you know, dialogue, there's, you know, just enough balance, but it's not so that it throws off the adults and they're like, oh, this is too childish, or the kids are just like, you know, they can't get it.
Okay.
It's just enough balance where anyone can pick it up and understand what's going on.
So it's throwback to the 70s style of telling comics, and it's a superhero comic.
Yes.
Who are the creators on the book?
The creator is Dan Phillips.
Writes and draws?
Writes and draws.
Okay.
I lettered the book with some assistance from Dave. It's where he got his chops on.
Yeah.
But he pretty much did everything on it. He wrote it, drew it, inked it. But yeah, he's the whole thing on it.
So tell me something. He comes up with the idea for a book, and he brings it to you, the publisher. How does that work?
Well, one day he just came up to me. He said, look, I have this story. I had it in my head for years. I want to get it out there.
Yeah.
You know, anyway, he's like, I've worked with you already. You know, he worked on White Knife, on the past story.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, we've worked together. He's like, I'm going to give you first crack at this. Do you want to publish it? If not, I have some other friends that publish.
Yeah.
And, you know, I said, yeah, I loved your stuff. I loved what you did on White Knife, so let's go ahead.
Okay. So you, besides that, you also published Distant last year.
Yes.
Okay. Where'd the idea come from for Distant?
Distant was a similar story. The guy who did it, he lives in Italy, Manuel.
Okay.
And in Italy, he did the story for Distant in some fanzines.
Okay.
So one of those oversized, you know, 50 different comics in one book.
Okay.
But it was always his dream to do it as a standalone comic, and he wanted to get it out there in the market.
So you took the Instant Press corporate jet and you flew out to Italy, and you negotiated this contract, and then you flew back, and then there were a lot of trips back and forth to Italy, right?
Yes, it was a lot of trips back and forth to Italy, but we call it the internet nowadays.
Oh, the internet! Wow, it's an amazing tool. If you folks at home have never seen the internet, you really ought to give it a try.
Go online, you'll see the internet there.
Yes, you should. You might even see this there.
Maybe.
Maybe. So he was from Italy, and you hooked up with him.
Yes.
Okay. And are you the U.S. publisher of it, or?
I am the U.S. publisher of it. Yes. As far as I know, he doesn't have an Italian distributor.
Okay.
Because he says that they're very strict. The houses are very strict over there. They only like the French style.
Okay.
They don't care for the Japanese style, even though, just like us in America, flooded with the Japanese stuff. The publishing houses are strict, and they don't want the Japanese influence in their books.
Another reason why you should be proud to be an American.
Exactly. I told him here in America, we don't care what it is. It's a melting pot. Everyone loves everything. I said, I'd love to put you out over here.
Okay.
So
Now you're an artist too.
Yes.
What do you like drawing? I mean, we've talked before about Bride of the Wolfman and how much you enjoy doing that. But what type of books do you like to draw?
I love the cartoon books.
Okay.
The cartoon books are just a love of mine. You know, again, stuff like Bone by Jeff Smith, Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Watterson. You know, they're just they're fun to read. They're brilliant. You know, you take something really simple and there's a lot of thought behind it, and it's just something that registers really well.
Now those would be your influences then, right?
Yes.
Those are some of the folks who are your influences. Any others?
Scott McCloud, who did
Okay.
Zot.
Yeah.
Everyone else knows him from Understanding Comics.
Understanding comics and
Making comics and
more.
reinventing comics.
Was it reinventing or was it more understanding comics?
More Understanding Comics was a snippet that
Okay.
I believe he did somewhere else.
Okay. Any other creators that you particularly like?
Larry Marder, who does Bean World. He
Okay,
recently just got back into publishing. Dark
Yeah.
Horse is publishing his. Stan Sakai is a huge one. I love Usagi Yojimbo.
Okay.
It's, you know, one of my favorite monthly titles.
Well, sort of monthly. You need to get more
Sort
of those out. It comes out like 3 times a year. But yeah, Usagi Yojimbo is a really good book.
It is. But yeah, there's a whole span of people I love, but those are the main ones.
Okay. Instant Press. You're working on the Wolfman book for 2009. What are some of the other plans for Instant Press in 2009?
Well, that's pretty much capping off 2009 is Bride of the
Oh,
Wolfman.
2010. What am I thinking of? It's the end of the year.
2010, yeah.
End of the year. I don't even know what year it is anymore. In 2010, what are some of your plans?
In 2010, we're planning to release a one-shot by Manuel, the
Okay.
guy from Italy. He's going to do a one-shot story, which is opposite of what Distant is.
Okay.
Distant was a very dark, serious book.
Okay.
His new project, it's called...
Close by.
close by.
No, what his new
So-
project's called?
It's... oh, no, you're not...
Well, we'll get
get out of
back.
my
We'll
head.
get back to it.
Mystery in Bakerville.
Okay.
And it's about a girl detective and, you know, just silliness. It's really fun, all ages.
Yeah.
That one is all ages too. And it's going to be the first title from Instant Press. It's going to be full color.
Cool.
So it's going to be
Cool.
a full color
Not
comic.
just not just covers, but interior too.
Interior too.
Cool.
The whole thing. And it's, you know, I've seen what he's done so far and it's really great. It's amazing. And it's really funny. And it's just something that will appeal to all ages.
Okay. Anything else in 2010?
In 2010, we are hoping and pushing to get White Knife done in color.
Okay.
So that will be released.
That's
in
David.
color.
That's David
David
Gruba's book,
Gruba,
isn't
yes.
it? I've heard of
So-
him.
Yeah, I've heard of him somewhere too.
Yeah.
And we're also hoping to get Squirrel and the Girl by David Gruba
Okay.
as
What is
well.
it? What is it?
Squirrel and the Girl.
Oh, squirrel! I thought squirreled in a girl. Dave, I thought you did all ages books.
No, this is for the more mature.
Oh, okay, okay.
And hopefully, I hope by the end of the year we have my new series out, Dorks,
Okay.
which was my first venture into comics.
So this will be a sequel to it?
It will be a restart of it.
A restart of it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Renee. And be sure to stop off at the Instant Press website, www.instantpresscomics.com, to check out all the stuff that Instant Press has to offer, which we have down here at the store as well. You can see stuff by Renee, see stuff by Dave Gruba, and see all the projects that they've got coming up in 2010. Until next time, this is Comic Book Man saying, bye!